think today is the day. We make bail? Any comment?
Well, it's a major moment in the Sean Combs case because essentially we're on the cusp of trial, and while trial is not set until May 5th of 2025, a lot of the issues that they discuss are evidentiary. Essentially, what motions in limine that both sides may provide, and what are they going to ask for? Are they going to look to preclude videos, witness testimony, and documents? The highlight of this case is that a RICO case, essentially a racketeering statute, was brought against Combs, which is typically for organized crime. And initially it was enacted for the mafia. And so one of the things that they're going to want to show are that there is a criminal enterprise, essentially that Sean Combs is part of a broader spectrum and an organization that is geared towards facilitating sex trafficking, bribery, fraud. It just chisels away and it allows the prosecution to present the case more as a story. They're going to want to show that there was interstate commerce and that Sean Combs was associated with this enterprise, which I can anticipate will be very difficult. Sex trafficking alone could be a life sentence. RICO is 20 years. However, and each specific crime has its own sentencing guidelines. And so there are many instances where the court, we've seen in the past, can issue consecutive sentences. They can be concurrent, but rest assured, it's going to be a significant amount of jail time, again, that he's facing.
Straight ahead, dog. Straight ahead. One time. Straight ahead. One time. Straight ahead. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on? Looking good. Looking good. And on your right. On your right. You get you take a step right down. Here, please.
We have a litany of civil matters, and I think last count, it's upwards of 24 civil cases that are tracking. And we've seen that there is a recent Texas attorney who is fielding calls, and he's making allegations that there's potentially 300 more victims. But I would imagine those numbers will whittle down once you suss out and you have conversations and see if these stories really have legs.
In a minute. I just want to make sure you got what you got. And the key now, okay?
Usually when you have a fresh crime, you can look at surveillance video, you can seek witness testimony in the area. But here, one of the things that is going to be maybe important are the amounts of archived video that we have and the amount of time it'll take. And hopefully there is something there from the civil perspective, from the victim's attorney will be able to locate something that corroborates and strengthens their client's testimony. And the alternative, the defense will likely do the same.
On your left side, JC, orange. On your left side, JC, please.
there was a civil case brought against him where allegations of a 13-year-old victim who alleged that Sean Combs was raped this young child. At that time, there was another individual named and was referred to as John Doe. The explosive nature of these new allegations is that was substituted out with Jay-Z, which is obviously a major name in the industry. We saw this with Harvey Weinstein. You know, he had a large amount of civil matters and he's got criminal, he's in jail for, I believe, for life. We also saw this with Bill Cosby. You know, we see this where, you know, there's individuals with tremendous amounts of power who just have a pattern of criminal activity. And ultimately, with these individuals, they tend to have deeper pockets. So you'll see not only the criminal case, but you'll also see the civil matters start to tack in.